This is when I don't know if it works or not. Oh, and the worst part is that I'm by myself. I have no one to help with this. Wait, let me see if I can recall all of the lessons that Hannah has taught me. Oh, sweet Lord. How does it happen? It's not as funny when Memory's not here to commiserate over the fact that I don't know if it's working or not. Ugh, gross. Okay. Ugh, sorry. I got gross. I had a case of the gross in my mouth happening right now. Okay, channel trailer. This is where we change this. Change trailer. And then I can add it, right? I add that. What? Save. Let's. The video selected may not appear to some viewers because it's blocked in some countries. Are these? Oh my God. This is where it all falls apart. And then, yeah, me. This. I think it's happening, but I don't know if it's happening, but I think it's happening. But it says 0 viewers on here. Could you guys tweet at me if this is happening for you? This is where my whole body gets filled with heat because I don't know. Oh, it's working. Okay. Hooray. I think it's working from what? Can you hear me is the other question. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's happening. Okay. Give me now a moment because I'm really bad at multitasking to just social media this and make sure that we're all aware that this is happening right now for all of us. We're live. Yeah, and also I'm just gonna announce everything I'm doing out loud so that we don't feel like there's empty space. That's the other great thing. I haven't done a live stream with you guys by myself in a really long time. So this is gonna be a lot of me going, trying to fill empty space from the awkwardness. Did I spell things right? Where did I? Come chat. Or not. I like giving you guys just options. Tweet. Tweeted! Yeah! Okay. Woo! We're all here! This is very exciting! Okay. Yay! Hello everyone. And welcome to Sunday. It's kind of the most beautiful time of day right now. I'm in New York City and the sun is setting because the sun sets so early and it's just gorgeous. So I'm really excited to be here with you guys. Oh, before, you didn't get to see this, but before I started this live stream, I like dressed everything to try and make it look like, oh, we're on this is all very professional. And now I'm just like sitting directly in front of all of my hard work. Oh, yay, my editor just tweeted @LSpeaks on Twitter if you guys want to go follow Lauren, who is my book editor, because, hey, thinking of segues that work for what this live stream is, it's about the book. Lauren actually was the one that asked me. She said, you know, the book's been out for a little bit, maybe let's do a live stream. Let's, as in me, do a live stream to talk to you guys now that you had a chance to like spend some time with the book and let it, you know, marinate in your brains and your body, to talk to you about your thoughts on it, questions that you have, comments you have, parts of it that you just completely skipped over because you knew you'd hate it before you started. No, that's not correct. Hold on, I'm just making sure that everything is managed properly. Also, what am I put these glasses on because I felt like, book, this feels very author. Much author, very knowledge is what this look is. Okay, yay, it's happening and you guys are all here. Now, I think the best way to do this, because I'm gonna click this and then I'm gonna turn the volume up like that. Yeah, now I can see all the comments. Yeah! Oh, one comment I just saw is, I'm so gay. Not me, they said that they're so gay. Cool job, Tori, that's great. Self-awareness is a really great quality to have and you're human. So I'm happy for you. Okay, so yeah, I thought it'd be fun to hang out on a Sunday, the Lord's Day, and just talk about book stuff and get your thoughts on it. I think the easiest way to do this for me, because I'm just looking at the reflection of the computer in my own. All right, there we go. Those lasted longer than I thought they would. I think the easiest way to do this is to tweet at me, at Grace Helbig, with the hashtag Grace's Guide, so I can go through the hashtag and look for questions. And then I'm also going to take some questions from the YouTube comments. That's it. That's correct. I also, guys, I won't lie to you. I woke up at 1:45 p.m. today. My body clock is off, so I'm caffeinating myself right now for the first time today. I also reblogged last night that I had a live stream, and then woke up this morning completely forgetting that I had initiated this. And thank God I went on Tumblr and checked, because I was, had one of those mornings where I was like, I can just sit in bed and catch up on everyone's vlogmases and see what's going on. And then, nope, I got to clean myself, because we're going to be presenting ourselves to people. Okay, great. I guess I'll start this off like there's any other option. Would you care to contribute? Stone cold. He read the book. He's still reflecting on all the wisdom, and it's just, great. I guess I will start and say that it still hasn't really hit me that I wrote a book, but it makes me so excited when I see all of your tweets and photos and things that you've sent me via all the social media saying you either saw the book somewhere, or you got gifted the book, or you are gifting the book to someone, or that it has affected you or impacted you, or any of those things. It's really, 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 really cool, because you never know. You put words on a piece of paper with intentions of good, with thoughts of help and hope, and when it gets returned to you in the way that you really hoped it would, it's a very cool feeling. And I guess because it's also like holiday season and we're all feeling very sentimental and sweet about everything, that it feels extra sweet right now. So first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone out there that has bought a book or is going to buy a book. Here's the thing, they make really great Christmas gifts or other holiday festivity gift giving occasions. I'm just turning the vibrate sound. I always put my phone on vibrate thinking that that's like the more respectful thing to do, and then the vibrate noise is just as bad as if like there was an actual noise that happened with it. So pardon me for one moment, and we're done. Done. Where was I? Oh yeah. Oh, the light's gonna be changing. Look, doesn't this look like I'm in like the most beautiful jail of all time? Yeah, I know. My sentence is like, I got sentenced to the early bird filter. That's what this looks like. Hey, so don't mind the light changing. We'll figure it out as it goes if it's going to be a real problem. Oh, Grace's Guide makes fantastic gifts. Watch this. Didn't break. Rock solid all the way through. All the information's still there. So can't say that about fine china, can you? No. So let me go on Twitter and let's start answering questions, because that's why we're all here, I think. Unless you happen to get here by accident, in which I say, it's okay if you need to go. This is not what you were hoping for. Okay. Grace's Guide. Thanks, Mom. You're welcome. Here's the thing. I don't even mind getting called Mom anymore. As long as you're buying this book, you can call me Mom all damn day. Is there any, this is from Big Hearted Square. Is there any parts of your book that you really wish you could have kept in it? You mean parts of my book that you wish that got edited out that I could have kept in? Here's a funny story. So I, the other night, got a chance to catch up with one of my college best friends, Andy, because he lives in New York, and because I'm here, I got a chance to see him and his girlfriend. And there's some parts of the book that he's like mentioned in, not by name, but he was my other roommate with Michelle for some of the stories that are in here. And there was a story about his his like early days of OkCupid dating that really just was so hilarious to me, but not like the most flattering story of him and the girl that was involved. And I, at one point, had that in the book, and then Lauren very gently and delicately told me that maybe this doesn't reflect well. And also, it was just a story, I kind of like shoehorned it in one, I don't even remember what section I was trying to put it in, but yeah, basically a girl faked having an STD to him because he was breaking up with her after they weren't even really dating. She had seasonal crazy. It comes on in the winter and the spring and the summer and the fall. And so I got the chance to tell him about that the other night when we were getting drinks, and it was really fun. And he had completely forgotten that a lot of that story happened. So always great to remind people of the pain from their past. That's part of one of the greatest parts of writing a book. Look at this, like, I mean, I feel like a detective's gonna come bursting through that door and ask me where I was March 14th, 1989. I was busy being 4 years old. Yeah, that's where I was. Okay, let's see, some other questions. Hi, would you write a second book? From W.T. Helbig. I would write a second book and might be somewhere in the path of doing so, can't say anything else. But this was actually just such a great experience. I think I've said this a lot of times that making web videos for so long and doing like live shows and that sort of thing, you use a different part of your brain to sit down and write. And this, although it was stressful and hard to do at times, also felt like a really cool brain exercise because I had gotten so far away from writing that I really enjoyed it. They say hindsight is 20/20, and like you'll look back and be like, God, that was a really hard time, and it was. But my hindsight is like, but it also was great. I really enjoy writing, and so I want to do it more. There's that. Hey. Okay, let's see. What else do we have going on? The real Katie B said, my roommate used your book for a college speech. Totes officially educational. I hope she also used the word totes in her college speech. And I hope that the college speech wasn't about worst books of all time that are not helpful to your growth as a human being. But that's really cool. Some of you have actually sent me things saying like, I told my professor about your book, or we talked about it in class, and that's very cool. Or they're even selling it on your college campuses, which really, it's amazing. Oh, my most favorite tweet that I got about the book recently that I retweeted the other day was that a girl found it in the train station in an airport right next to Mike Tyson's book. And I felt like, yeah, his demo is my demo. Like, we share a very similar fan base, and I hope that we can someday collaborate. My need for a facial tattoo is very small, if completely non-existent. But that said, I would love to see his facial tattoo in person. And I thought that that was maybe the most flattering book placement of all book placements that I've seen so far. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? Don't forget, guys, to contribute to the conversation. Hashtag Grace's Guide on Twitter. For now, that's what I'm going through. And then I'll go through some YouTube comments. How are your Sundays going, by the way? I hope they're well. It is Sunday, correct? Oh, gosh, yes. Okay. Whew. What do we have here? At who's Elin? When did you get the idea of writing a book? I've said this before, I'm a really competitive person, but not in a competitive way that's gonna make anyone feel bad or that like ruins Cards Against Humanity for everyone involved. Mamrie and Hannah both had sold book concepts, and Hannah had basically finished writing her book while we were on the set of Camp Dakota, that I really wanted to do that. I knew for a while that I wanted to write a book. I think I mentioned it in a video that people have found from like 2 years ago, from like 2012, something like that. I said that I would love to birth a book, and with no real intention or real thought around it. And then when I let myself, you give yourself some opportunities and time to really process something or think about something or wrap your brain around it, I gave myself a chance to wrap my brain around what kind of book I'd want to write, and this was there. It was there in my brain, and I wanted to make it a real thing. My old roommate and really great friend from college, Michelle Vargas, who is now getting more into YouTube videos. She's doing a lot of cover songs, which is really cool. So go check out Michelle Vargas and all of it. She's doing a lot of Taylor Swift covers right now, so very topical. Also, she's got the most goddamn amazing voice, and I'm really happy that she's like using it and putting it out there, because she's always been like, she's one of those like silent karaoke ninjas, you know? You don't think of her as a singer that much, and then she'll just get up there and sing It's Raining Men, and you lose your mind, and it's really great. So anyway, Michelle is also a life coach and got into that world, and we kind of got in that world together a little bit after we graduated college and started working with some people. And so the idea of self-help has been in my brain for a long time, and something that I thought was it's just universal. It's like music. It's everyone lives a life and everyone needs help in some way, and you learn things, and the internet is for sharing, and that's what I've learned by being part of it. And so I wanted to continue to share my thoughts on life in a way that was funny in a different medium. So that was a long-winded way to answer that question. I hope that was helpful. Let's see. Oh, Maddie Zhao said, loving the new hair. How you feeling about it? Yeah, this is all fake, guys. I got fake long hair now that I'm feeling really good about it. Also feeling like it takes a lot to take care of. And I'm just waiting for the moment that these all start falling out publicly in front of people, because that's going to be really fun to figure out the etiquette about dealing with that. Also, there are dead sunflowers next to me, and they smell so bad. Screenshot this. This is the cover of my second book. I don't know. Oh, and it's called You Smell Bad. That's the title. What it's about, no one knows. Gotta read it. Let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, GS32793 says, hey, I'm going to Ramapo in the spring. Any advice? And you've asked that 5 times, I guess. Oh, here's my question to you guys. Why the fuck do you ask the same question on Twitter and then number it? Not appealing. Just gonna throw that out there. For Ramapo is where I went to college. It's a small liberal arts college in North Jersey. I haven't been back since I graduated in 2007. So it's been 7 years, so I'm sure the college has changed very much. College is honestly what you make of it. So it's basically like a college is a canvas. They provide you this thing, this tool to use, and then you have to paint on the canvas. And when I first went to college, I'll be very honest, I hated it. I didn't enjoy my experience. I really thought it was going to be like the best time to reinvent myself and find out who I wanted to be. I was going to party like crazy. I was going to like learn so much about self. I was going to date a bunch of guys, and it was terrifying. I did not adjust well at all. And my mom told me to stick it out. After my first half of freshman year, I was already applying to other colleges. My mom told me just wait one more semester before you apply, and then figure it out. Just do one full year. And I found comedy, and I found interests that I had that I wanted to pursue. I got a job in the area. I met a guy. I just got inspired to do things that I thought were really cool. So if you go to college and you sit back and you try and let college you, it's not gonna happen. Like, you really have to be proactive to get what you want out of it, especially because college is so goddamn expensive. It's insane when you think about it, that you pay so much money. And if you don't proactively try and do shit while you're at college, all of that money is basically like throwing it out of a 30th floor story window and just letting it fall to the ground. You're gonna end up the same kind of person unless you really try. So it's cool to try, is what I've learned too, is that I know a lot of people think that that's like nerdy or stupid, but it's actually kind of cool. And yeah, trying and being passionate about things are like really great qualities of a human being. I think, at least. There's probably other people that don't think that way. Let's see. My computer's going a little slow, so I'm updating. These flowers are killing me, you guys. They smell so bad. I know what I'll do. I'll just replace them with my candle that I have burning. As if you guys were actually going to be with me in person. I put on deodorant and perfume, and I lit a candle as if you could understand and, you know, take on any of those things. Oh. Very beauty guru, much life together, says a candle. This candle I got last night is pumpkin and nutmeg, apple and vanilla, cinnamon and walnut swirl. What? This candle's trying real hard. And you know what? Like we just said, trying is cool. There's 3 different candles in one candle. Eat shit, all other makeup gurus. But it smells fantastic. And I bought it at a grocery store last night at midnight on the corner because sometimes you get a whim of domestication. Can't fight it. Let's see. Spray Q8 said, hey Grace, why should I buy the book? And is it worldwide? Well, I can't convince you. You really have to look in your own heart and figure out why you would need this book. But I would say, so I'm just trying to show off or showcase my interior design skills, some of which you could have if you read Grace's guide. You can buy it. It is worldwide. It's all over the place. I don't know exactly where it is, but just look for it. It's got a pretty obvious cover, and it's in a lot of places. Also, gracesguidebook.com. You can order it from any website off of that website. It's really easy. Like, it's maybe the easiest thing to get other than an STD. Hey-yo, you knew that was coming. Oh, that's what she said. Took a turn. It all took a turn. But this is a great thing for the holidays because it's seeming like, here's the thing. In the past couple of years, I would always buy my family members each a book that I thought would be, that they'd like, and then I get them like a gift. And that was kind of like their stocking stuffer gift was a book, and then I get them something else more personal. And, you know, with no intention that they were actually going to read the books, it just made me look really smart and cool by buying them the books. However, this book you can buy, and it makes you look smart and cool and hip and young and fresh and clean for giving it to people. But then when they read it, which they can because they can read, you can start it at any section. Like, look, this is a great chapter. You've already learned so much. And then you don't have to ever go back to that chapter. You don't have to read it in linear form. Look, bam, dance crotch. You just got educated just by looking at something. Like, that's right? Yeah, that's the emotion here. No, this is, I really like it. And if you like things I like, then I think you might like this. There, does that sell it enough for you? I hope so. Is everyone else getting really hot? Okay, let's see, what else? Oh, Grace Hellsbig, what advice would you give to people who want to write? The advice that I would give to people that want to write, just goddamn do it. Writing is a really, it's actually a very physical activity. You really have to sit down and put time into it and have, like, you have to have intentions of purpose, if that makes sense, of like, this is for a purpose. Making videos is kind of, making videos and doing improv, which was my heavy background, it feels a lot easier. Writing's really difficult to do. It requires a lot of discipline. So you just need to do it. And at one point I bought, The Artist's Way, which is a book that's supposed to be full of a lot of activities and like brain stimulators for people that are artists or creatives that want to get motivated or inspired. And I did some of the things in there, and it never really resonated with me at the time I was reading it. Instead, I used it to prop up my air conditioning unit in the apartment that I was living in, and then the air conditioning unit leaked all over the book and ruined the book. And I thought, oh, this is a sign from a deity somewhere that I don't really need this book. But one of the exercises that's in it, and it's I think a lot of places, is the stream of consciousness writing, which is what I did, where you just word vomit onto a piece of paper. I remember that was actually, it was kind of terrifying because from making videos 5 days a week for so long, everything I was doing that seemed like stream of consciousness got published somewhere, got put up online, so it felt really weird to sit down and try and write things and then just throw it away. Like, it was like, no, that I need to use that. That has to be my final work. And in the book, it really tells you that every morning, there's a stretch of time that it tells you to do it. You write 3 pages of nonsense, whatever's in your brain when you wake up, and then you throw it away. And that's, I mean, it's also a lesson in like how much your brain can create consistently and constantly if you let it. That the fear of like, I'm going to at some point in my life run out of ideas isn't, this kind of helps you prove that wrong. And the funny thing is, and I've said this before about the book, is that all those 3 pages that you would throw away normally in that exercise, they're the book. That's how I wrote the book, really Stream of Consciousness, which I think works for me. That's the other thing about writing. You need to find your style. You need to figure out where you like writing, how you like writing, and why you like writing. Because remembering why you like it in the times when it sucks so much will be the most helpful thing in the world. What else do we have going on here? Grace Helbick, did you consider other names for the book before settling with Grace's guide? Yeah, there were a ton of other names for the book. And one of my favorite things that they did in the book, which Lauren and the designer of all the book, like so what would happen is we would go back on email chains, like sending along ideas for the name of the book. And then when Lauren, my editor, was asking about, you know, specific chapter names for the different sections of the book, like your love life, your work life, all that, social life, whatever, I would send a list of like, here's 10 potential names for the love chapter. And then they took that on these things and they put all of the things that or most of the things that I had sent them that were potential names for the chapters, and then this is your social life, the art of talking to other humans. But I love that we got to use like what would be like literary bloopers and put them in the book as all the other names. So yeah, there was a ton of names for what the book was going to be called. I don't remember offhand any of them specifically, but I do remember that when we came up with The Art of Pretending to be a Grown-Up, it took me so long to remember what the title was, because I have my brain sucks a D. It's really bad for remembering specific things. So when people would ask me after we officially came up with the title, I would have huge brain farts on what my book was actually called. That's why when I'm in interviews with people and they either don't get the name right or they're looking at like a cue card with the name on it or reading it off the book, I don't feel bad at all. It's a long title. Trust me, I get it. I get it. All I want you to remember is Grace's Guide. That's it. But yeah, The Art of Pretending to be a Grown-Up rings so true, and I'm so happy that the whole team agreed that that was a great title for it, because I think it's really just, we don't know what we're doing. None of us know what the F we're doing in life, so we're all just trying to figure out the art of pretending. That's life. We're all actors. Okay. Oh, Sniffin' Helbig. All right, that's a great name. How was writing Mamrie's forward? If you guys don't know, Mamrie Hart, my really good friend, also just finished writing her book. I think she's in the final tweaks of it. She just she got to finally announce it with the cover, which is goddamn adorable. It's great. You guys need to check it out. I think it's already available for pre-sale, which you should also look into for the holidays, even though it comes out in the spring. That's okay. It's always great to have like long-term gifts to look forward to. I got to write the foreword to the book, which, I mean, I've known Mamrie now for 9 years, something like that. Like, no, not 9 years. No, that's wrong. 6 years, I think. 6, maybe 7 years, something like that. And it was really, really very cool for her to ask me to write the foreword, and then it gets really terrifying when you think about actually having to do it, because there's so much to be said about Memory, and there's already so much that Memory and I have gone through together that lives online already. So you don't want to just repeat all the things that are already out there in the world for other people to see. So it was really fun, and I finished it a couple weeks ago and sent it to her. I remember I wrote it a little tipsy on a plane, and I remember the guy next to me, I felt like he was reading it over my shoulder the whole time, which was really a great experience because some of the things that I was writing were ridiculous. And there are moments that she and I have gone through that are just insane. So yeah, it was really fun and also really stressful because Memory's book is basically, it's kind of a memoir, but it's done in a really unique way because it's stories of her life, which, spoiler alert, she has the most insane stories. The most insane. Like, she's already said her parents can't read her book. Like, they are going to learn too much about her. And you hear, I've only heard some of the stories, and so there's stories in there I'm excited to read about because I've never heard of. And you're like, how are you alive right now? And two, I feel like I've been living under a rock in comparison to your life. You have an insane life. But then the unique thing about her book is that every chapter has an original cocktail recipe that's based on and inspired by the story in that chapter, which is really, really cool. And so writing the foreword was really intimidating because I knew the whole book is going to be like so crazy and so awesome and fun to read that I wanted to make a foreword that, you know, set the tone and felt really fun and let you know that Memory's goddamn crazy in the best way possible. That's why I asked Tim, my brother, Raging Botanist, follow him on all social media at Raging Botanist, to write the foreword to this. And it was really great. And he came back with a foreword that was surprisingly sweeter than I had anticipated and caught me off guard, but in a really wonderful way. So yeah, it's really fun. When you write a foreword to a book, it's like, it's crazy. You're setting the tone. It's like you're welcoming everyone to this party that you're not hosting, but you're trying to give the best first impression before they get in the foyer. And then when you call it a foyer like that, they're like, we came to the wrong party. So, okay, let's answer some more questions. What do we have? Okay. Oh, Meow Georgia says, have you considered a memoir? Yeah, no, I can't do it. Here's the thing about me. And it's so interesting because I went into all of these publisher meetings, which is how you sell your idea for a book. You sit in meetings with a bunch of different publishers and you pitch them your idea. And I made a huge point to tell every publisher, I'm not writing a forward. I'm not writing a memoir. One, because I don't have a ton of crazy stories in my life. I'm pretty boring for a lot of it. And two, any crazy stories that I do have already been put out into the media entertainment world in video form or on stage or some other. It wouldn't be new, it wouldn't be fresh. So that's why it was cool to write a book that wasn't about me, but indirectly is a lot about me. I put in a lot of stories that I didn't realize I had in my brain and that I didn't realize that I hadn't shared before. So I think this was kind of the perfect mix of being able to write a book that is that's not about me, because that's a lot of pressure, but I also get to write a book that's a lot about me without it being that way. Felicia Day just announced that her book is coming out, which another book you should go check out, and Lauren is also the editor on that book, so it's all really exciting. And Felicia has had a crazy history of life, and hers is a memoir, and I got to have brunch with her a few weeks ago and ask her about it, and you know, it's a weird thing to write a memoir. That's what she said. She's like, it's so hard to want to share your story with the world without feeling so self-serving. And Felicia's definitely a really humble, down-to-earth human being. but she has a crazy life. So I'm really excited to read her book, and they just announced it, and the fake cover is up, which is so great. So go look at that because it's all really fun, great stuff. Cool people putting words onto pages that make inspiring thoughts for other cool people. I'm getting exhausted just even thinking about it. Let's see. Sadie K. Harrison, are there any other media outlets you'd like to get into? You've done a book, a movie, what's next? There's a lot of stuff I want. I want to learn to finish sentence structure. That's something on the docket. There's a lot of media outlets I'd like to get into that I hope I get into that we'll see what happens. There's a lot of really cool stuff. I'm not big on making like 5-year plans, 10-year plans, vision boards, any of that sort of thing. I kind of try to take ideas and inspiration and work with people that make me feel excited about stuff in the moment when it's happening. It's the whole improv philosophy of saying yes. Like, that is so basic, but it is so powerful if you let it exist in your life in a cool way. Saying yes to ideas and thoughts you have that you might be afraid to do, but could be really cool to do, can really change your life and make you a better human being. This is so sincere. What the fuck? I just had a moment where I'm like, the sun is setting, there's a candle burning next to me, there's a Christmas tree in front of me, that like all of a sudden this got really too sweet. It got too sweet, you guys. So let's just all take a second to focus on the fact that this stuffed dog has arms that look like penises. There we go. That changed the game. Oh, thank God. Phew, because it's getting sweet in here. So everyone keep all your clothes on and stay repressed with all of your thoughts and feelings. Yay! That was the original song. Rap. Maybe rap is a medium that I'll have to get into because, you never know. Let's see. Kiki, GR4A, how big? How to motivate yourself. Oh, motivating yourself is like the hardest thing. I always say that like 2 of my most favorite feelings in the world is laughing, like unforced laughter, just like natural belly laughter is the greatest feeling. And then also inspiration, feeling inspired is the best. And those 2 feelings you can't force on yourself. Excuse me. That's also a great feeling. But genuine laughter and inspiration are 2 things that you can't force, but feel so good when they're happening. So to motivate yourself, I mean, on a simple level, giving yourself small goals to work towards is always really great. And then surrounding yourself with people and things that are really cool to you. I've been watching, I've been really, really busy all year, and this is finally the time of year that things have slowed down and I don't have so much to do. There's still a lot to do, but I don't have so much to do. So when I have free time, like I said, I've been watching Vlogmas videos. I've been watching so much YouTube right now, and I could look at that and be like, oh, I'm wasting my time watching all of these videos, but I see it as like inspirational stuff. I've been watching so many beauty gurus, and I made a parody beauty nighttime routine last week, and that felt really great. And that came out of just watching a ton of YouTube videos. So I don't see it as a waste. I see it as productivity in stimulating my brain. Yeah. Tell your parents that's why you're watching TV and not doing your homework. You're productively stimulating your brain. Best of luck to you with that argument. I feel like it's getting really, the lighting is getting too intimate, so I'm going to change it up a little bit. Hold on 1 second. Wait. Did that change anything? Oh, yeah. Okay, very cool. Guys. Yeah, lots of music going on. I just wanted to take a second to show you how goddamn beautiful this city looks right now. Sorry, I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see. Look, what? This is my favorite time of day, when the light hits the buildings in such a beautiful, goddamn beautiful way. Sorry, I just want to share that pretty thing with you, because sometimes seeing things in real life rather than through Instagram photos is really cool, even though I just digitally showed you guys something. So I'm going to be here till 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we have like a little over 15 minutes left, just to let you guys know. I think there's like 3,000 people watching right now. This is awesome. Cool job, everyone, for being here. If you don't know, we're here talking about, I wrote a book called Grace's Guide, The Art of Pretending to be a Grown-Up. It's a tongue-in-cheek self-help book about how you, too, can pretend to be a grown-up, because we're all doing it, but why not do it a little better? gracesguidebook.com if you want to go order it. It makes a great gift, and I was thinking about this the other day, like, is it mean to give someone a guidebook about life? Like, does that suggest that you think that they're not living life correctly and that they need some help? But it's not. It's helpful. It comes from a great place. So buy this for all of your loved ones, for pets. A lot of you have shown me on Tumblr that a lot of your animals like putting their paws on the book. So that's a great thing. I'll take it. I wish that there was like an Amazon review section where it could just be photos of your pets with Grace's Guide. Ugh. Sorry, that's just a really great idea. Okay, I'm gonna shelf that for a second and get back to that after this. Let's keep answering your questions. Just so you guys know, on Twitter, if you @ me or use the hashtag Grace's Guide, that's where I'm getting all of the questions from, and my Twitter handle is just @GraceHelbig. Congrats. Woot woot. Ew, Poppy, come to England. Stay tuned. Let's see. Our Blackery Helbig, are you planning to sell those bottle pillows? I buy the shit out of that. No, the thing is, this bottle pillow, it's adorable. Like, it's got little feet and hands, and it was given to me at a show that Memoir and I did recently, and it's awesome. I love it. So I'm not selling it, but it seems like if you put your mind to it, you could make something like that. Another human did. It's very cool. Here's the thing, too. I'm so into crafts lately. My friend Jocelyn Hughes, if you guys don't know, she's got a web series called DIY Damn It. It is the best thing ever, and you need to go look at it, because now that I'm in like Christmas gift buying mode, I've been on Etsy like crazy, like looking for gifts that are a little bit more personal, a little bit more thoughtful than just gift cards. And crafts, you guys, they're great. And when you do them well, they're great. But my friend Jocelyn is really fantastic at it, and she's got a web series that's really hilarious, but also teaches you how to make crafts. So if you're into that kind of thing, DIY Damn It on YouTube, look up Jocelyn Hughes. She's also just a really wonderfully sweet, great, funny person. She's like good quality person, the kind of person that you want to have around you because you feel like you're a better person just by osmosis of being close to them. Let's see. No Filter Grace. If you had a talk show, who would be your ideal first guest? Whew, I don't know. Just ideal guest in general would be, I've done a lot of like interviewing people and sitting out and talking with people, and it's really scary to do that because you get nervous about how you come off towards them and if they're going to be perceptive and engaging and want to have a conversation. So I think any ideal guest for any sort of having to sit down and have a conversation type of thing would be just a human that wants to be there, that is excited, that is engaging, that listens and provides conversation. I mean, this is maybe just describing a great date too. I think a great interview guest is like being on a great date where you just have a really fun time and it doesn't feel like you're doing work. Is that dating? I don't know. Great. Let's look at some more questions. MCVen36 took a 14-hour train ride to Chicago and read your entire book. Loved it. Thank you. That's awesome. It's really easy to read on trains, planes, in automobiles if you are the passenger, not the driver. But if you're the driver, you know what? I read the audio version of this book that you can get at gracesguidebook.com and listen to while you're driving and not compromise your driving skills and or safety. Hey, gracesguidebook.com for all of your driving and life living needs. Oh, my brain is full of mucus and thoughts. Holly Phillips X, any advice for people wanting to start on YouTube? I'm super nervous. You just have to do it. That's the thing. And the things that scare you, you should be the most excited about, because there's obviously a reason that they scare you. I have to always remind myself that when I have something I need to do or have to do and I'm afraid of it, is that the fear comes from a place of you care about this thing. If you didn't care about it, you would feel nothing about it. So that obviously means that you should pursue it. There's a ton of quotes in improv about just doing it and facing your fear. I always say, follow your fear. Follow your fear is a really, I mean, not into like the belly of an anaconda, whatever the fuck that like Discovery Channel special was that happened recently. But follow your fear into things that you think will make you a better person. And just start making YouTube videos. So many people have and are doing it. And so you can do it too. Because it takes a while to figure out, one, what you want to do on YouTube and how to do YouTube. There's a lot more that goes into talking to a camera by yourself than what you think. So start now and allow yourself some time to figure it out. It's like cooking a meal. Just start, because it's probably going to be bad. So give yourself some time to go end up buying takeout to replace the meal that you ruined. Does that make any sense? It's Grace H. Open the book to a random page and read it out loud. Okay, let's do that. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Oh, how to get over a hangover. This seems oddly appropriate. If you currently have a hangover, stop reading this right now. Trying to read when you're hungover is only slightly worse than trying to read when you're sober. Hashtag lol, hashtag books, hashtag irony, hashtag stay in school, hashtag unless school isn't for you. I hope hashtags never go out of style so that this book never feels old. Guys. Cool. Sorry, I'm just getting lost in the words of myself right now. Let's see, what other questions do we have? At Kath and Cock. Okay. Kath Hancock? Cat Hancock. Who knows? The word cock is in your Twitter handle. How is it being there for Hank Green and John Green when P4A reached 1 million? If you guys don't know, Project for Awesome is this thing that Hank and John Green do every year, and I got to be part of their live stream yesterday, which was great because it felt like a warm-up to this live stream. And while I was on their live stream, they surpassed $1 million in donations, and it was really cool to be there. I also felt like an awkward fly on the wall, being like, this is a real moment for you guys, but I'm here. So I'll take it in as a moment for all of us and celebrate. I love when people have great moments. So it was very cool to be there for their great moment. Make sure you go to projectforawesome.com and check out the campaign that's still, I think their live stream finished earlier today, but I know that the campaign itself is still active. So go check it out. Oh, okay. W.T. Hellbake said, Kourtney Kardashian just gave birth. That's very exciting. Someone sent her my book as a birthing gift. Seems pretty good. Oh, Sadie Harrison. What was it like narrating your own book? It was really weird. It was really fucking weird narrating my own book. You sit in a booth and you, from start to finish, read the book. Oh, I signed this book, I guess, to myself. Keep it up. Don't stop. Ever, forever, love, Grace. Thank you, Grace, for that words of wisdom, for those words of wisdom. it was weird reading you read your own book, your own words from start to finish to someone in a booth that doesn't really know you. And one, you hope that you don't get judged on your reading abilities. That was the one thing that I overlooked before I got there was, when was the last time I've read something out loud to someone else? Like when I used to go to church growing up, I don't remember. It was, yeah, that was a hilarious thing. I'm not a strong reader. I'm gonna throw that out there. Like swimming, not strong at it, but I'm okay. I can do it, just not the best. Like a lot of things in my life. So I remember in high school and middle school, like never ever wanting to get called to read out loud. Because I was just afraid of sounding dumb doing it, and then having to sit in a booth for like 5 hours on 2 different days back to back, 5 hours each time, just reading words out loud and words that I've written. So if it didn't make sense, I couldn't blame someone else for like the sentence structure of this. I wrote it. So it was terrifying, but it was also really great to be able to read it the way I wrote it in my head. A lot of people have other people read their audiobooks, and Touchstone and Simon & Schuster were really great about letting me read it in my style and in my tone. And for those of you that have listened to the audiobook, I hope you really like it. I do wish that I had more fun with it, that I was more animated. I think I had no idea what I was doing, so I was just trying to get through it. So I'm sure that closer to the end, there's either, there's probably just, you know, pops of inflection and animation, and then like you can tell when I'm getting really tired. Or I remember my voice was also like really hoarse, so I was drinking tea like crazy, and the audio guy that's listening, this is his job, so his ears are really sensitive and in tune to how you sound. And I remember him at moments being like, do you want some tea? Like indirectly telling me that my voice sounded like shit. And so I would get so self-conscious in those moments of like, oh, I must sound terrible. I need tea, I guess. Also, Hilary Duff walked in and recorded something in the studio while I was there. And I went like this. So I was eating lunch and she walked by and I was like, as if I didn't even know who she was or wasn't even excited that she was 2 feet in front of me and gorgeous. Nailed it. Pretended to be a grown-up like the best I could. Let's take a couple more questions. We have like 5 minutes, and then I gotta go put food in my person. Mr. Peter P., who did you meet that has inspired you the most on this journey of writing? You know what? I when Hannah's book came out and she found out that she got on the New York Times bestseller list, like that was really inspiring to see, because Hannah, her journey on YouTube has been this seemingly accidental thing that's turned into like a really well thought out and really so coolly branded career path job. But she has always in her heart wanted to be an author, and so her experience with her book was really, really special to see. She just cared about it tremendously, and it really meant something to her. And when she was telling me that, I remember feeling like just so inspired by just an authentic feeling of really wanting something, working really hard for it, and then getting it and having it happen because of hard work and because of a want. And it just felt like, oh, yeah, the formula seems so simple in theory. You want something, you work hard for it, hopefully you get it. And it happened with her. And I was so just like, yeah, I was so happy and I was so excited. And that really helped motivate, especially because I got to see, while we were on the set of Camp Dakota, I got to see some of her writing process. Like Memory and I got to toss around ideas with her, and she got to like read us some stuff. And oh, do I have the book right here? Yes, I do. My Drunk Kitchen, A Guide to Eating, Drinking, and Going with Your Gut. Another great Christmas gift idea for those out there looking for books for people. Also, it's hardcover, which, watch, didn't break at all. Can't say that about fine china, can you? And the pictures are hilarious. The same photographer, Robin Schutz, at Robin Schutz on all social media, who did my book, did Hannah's book. And I when I saw Hannah's photos, I was like, Robin, please come capture my likeness in a camera. And she did, and she's fantastic. Speaking of like other inspiring, amazing artists, people to be around, Robin Romer, the photographer, is insanely, I'm just going to speak so wonderfully of the people that helped. Yeah, Hannah was definitely a person that was really inspiring in the whole book writing process, because she just had such a genuine, authentic care for writing her book and for hoping for its success. It was just so great. My process was really, really fast, so I didn't have that much time to reflect on like how to like really think about how the book does when it comes out, or you know, it's just you go into promo mode and you hope that people buy it and like it. And watching Hannah like have a real moment about her book was very fucking cool. Okay, let's take like 2 more questions and then I gotta go expel all the mucus from my face. Grace's Guide is trending. How does it make you feel? Yeah, Court Helbig J. It makes me feel very great. I guess that's validating. Is it validating? Yeah, sure. Great. Helbig Snacks. Which of your mom's quotes from the book is your favorite? Yeah, that was the goddamn other cool thing about writing this book, is that I got a chance to showcase my family. Like my younger brother Tim wrote the foreword, and my mom, who growing up, she's been a poet her whole life, and she used to make these things called chapbooks, where she would write all this poetry and she would get it, she would pay her own money to get these little books published of all of her poetry, and then she'd try and sell them at like craft fairs and that sort of thing. And you know, it was never to make a profit, it was just to hope that someone reads it and feels something positive about it. And I remember not really even like thinking about it, but I remember like helping her design them, and never like, I don't know, now looking back, I'm like, oh my God, she made so many of these chapbooks. It was really, really cool. And so when I reached out to her and I wanted her to put something in the book, and I asked her for these words of wisdom, I had no idea. 1, she returned them so quickly. And 2, the thing is, we were under such a deadline to get the book done that I didn't even get a chance to really read them. I just sent them straight on to my editor and said, like, here's this, add this in. And it wasn't until I was recording the audiobook in the booth that I read my mom's words of wisdom out loud for the first time. And so I think that there's probably a couple of recordings that got deleted from the audiobook of me going like, Mom's words of wisdom: don't sit under an orange tree waiting for apples to grow. Mom, like I had all of these like real moments of reading these out loud and being so like wonderfully, pleasantly surprised and like, whoa, my mom is really goddamn smart. It's great. And yeah, it's here's some others. Okay, I'll leave you with some mom's words of wisdom because I'm gonna head out in a second. The 2 most important gifts to bring to any party: tolerance and acceptance. Yeah, alcohol tolerance and an acceptance that you're gonna have a hangover the next day. Hey-oh, that's not what she meant. Mom's words of wisdom: I love cooking, especially when someone else does it. You wonder where I get my comedy, you guys. This thing birthed me. Mom's words of wisdom: the right job for you should say yes to these 3 questions. Does it make you happy most of the time? No one loves a job all the time. Can you make a decent living from it? Are you helping others in some capacity? If you can answer yes to all 3, then this is your job. How appropriate to end this live stream on this, because this is part of my job, and I say yes to the dress. All 3 of those make me very happy. I hope that they're helping. This book helps you in some way that makes you happy, and I love this job. It's really great. Thank you guys for joining me on this live stream. I'm gonna head out. You know, I'm gonna head out with a shot with you guys. Will you join me? And everyone get a beverage. Get a beverage, get a beverage. Everyone get a beverage. Hold on, I'm getting one, don't worry. I have so much mucus. Okay. We're gonna end this live stream for Grace's Guide, gracesguidebook.com on a toast, okay? Great. Cheers. Everyone hold up glasses. We're all internet friends here. God, I hope that the people that live on the other sides of this apartment have heard me this whole time. Whew. Cheers to you guys. Thank you for buying the book, reading the book, putting it on your to-do list to get or to give to others. This has been really, really cool. And cheers. It's the end of 2014. I hope that you guys have had really great years, and I hope that you all feel inspired to do something really fucking cool in 2015. Hey, want to make a pinky swear that we're all gonna do something really fucking cool in 2015? That's how you pinky swear, right? Is that working? Yeah, there, we did it. Cheers, guys. Thank you for being. Oh, I just spilled it. God damn it. It doesn't smell. It's all over my hand. Great. Cheers. Ah, that's the sound of an adult. I'll see you on the internet, guys. See you.